Why can I see the colors?
Hey, what's going on, Football Unfiltered family? We're back for another episode. We took some time off after the World Cup. I know the last show was the one that we did Atlanta, that we had a great time doing it. But we back. The World Cup is finally over. We got some great content tonight. With me, I have my co-host Alain Levy. What's going on, brother?
I'm doing great, coach. How about yourself?
Doing well, man. Doing well. Glad to be back. And then for the first time ever, we got 007. Mark, how you doing, Mark?
Beautiful, baby. Doing beautiful. What a beautiful day.
Yeah, we've been trying to get Mark on the podcast for a long time, so we're so happy so he can grace us his presence tonight. You know, but it's good, man. I mean, this is a great show to have Mark tonight. So as we talk about last show we had, we were in Atlanta. We was right in the middle of the World Cup. Now the World Cup is over. So guys, I know you guys enjoyed the World Cup. So let's start with the good part of the World Cup. Alan, I'm going to start with you first.
The World Cup, I remember us talking about it before it started, the anxiety that we had, the concerns that we've had with is it going to be a success, the cost, the prices, the logistics, the attendance, the restrictions, the political environment, all that kind of fun stuff. I could say, you know what? Let's put all this stuff aside. The World Cup was a success for me. The celebrations, the festivities, the unity, the parties, the cultures getting together, us being able to witness together this tournament. I think for me was memorable. That was the first time I personally attended a World Cup with my son and with my brothers. For me, it was amazing. So for me, I would say like a big A plus for this World Cup.
Yeah, we had some good. I mean, the viewership. I mean, first of all, kudos to those three co-hosts: United States, Canada, and Mexico. They all brought it. It was a beautiful World Cup. The atmosphere was great. The viewership was excellent. I mean, the game between Capo Verde and Argentina had 2.7 billion viewership worldwide and 22 million in the United States. So, Mark, now that we couple of weeks away from the World Cup, so we talk about the good. So, what player really or what team really caught your attention throughout the World Cup?
Oh, Cabo Verde is the first team that comes to mind. I mean, these guys, what these guys were able to do was just unbelievable. I mean, such a small country to be represented the way they did. They tied Spain. A lot of people forgot that, they tied Spain 0-0 the
Yeah,
first game. I mean, it was just, I mean, watching those guys, what they took Argentina to the brink, man. I mean, as an Argentina fan, I was nervous watching that game. What a story that was. I mean, that to me, that Cabo Verde uh, team was something to remember. Hopefully, those guys can build on that. And that was the beauty of the World Cup, right? The biggest World Cup we've ever had. 48 teams. A lot of people were kind of like, trying to, say, oh, we don't need to see some of those teams. Or guess what? Those little teams. I mean, for me, watching our Haiti play Morocco and how excited I was when Isidore scored that goal, watching it with my son. I mean, that was one of the highlights of my life. I mean, what a goal that was! One of the best goals in the World Cup. So those teams that people were kind of saying shouldn't be in the World Cup give us a lot of great memories.
yeah, you're right. I mean, when you think about it, the African continent showed up. I
Oh
mean,
my
I
gosh,
think I think
absolutely.
out of the five teams, if I'm trying to get my number, only one
I,
team didn't qualify for the
yeah, I think
second.
I think out of 10, I think out of 10, nine of them
Yeah,
made
out
it.
of the 10 team, yeah,
Yeah,
only one did not qualify.
Absolutely.
9 of them went to round of 32. So
Yeah.
that was a big showing from the from the African team. So now we talk about the good aspect. I mean, I agree with you guys. I think one thing that we were kind of nervous about it was the level of soccer, because you didn't want to, because you got 40-year team. Is the level gonna go down? But I thought the level was very, very, very good. I mean, most of the games outside of a couple blowouts, they were very competitive. They were
Absolutely.
very competitive. Even the game between, I mean, you think about it, we went to that Haiti Morocco game. We saw 6 goals and 4 goals in the first half. I mean,
Yeah.
we could have asked for a better game. 4 goals in the first half, and kind of, you mentioned the goal that Easy Door score. That was a beauty. So now that we talk about the good part of it, what are the things that we thought was bad in the World Cup? So I'm going to start with you, Ali.
Well, I think one thing that I we thought was kind of bad was the breaks. I would say the forced breaks that I think a lot of us that are used to soccer, you know, we were not used to that. I mean, you have a half and then you cut it, twice, and then you end up having 4 quarters at the end of the day. I think that was something that was different. Yeah, I can understand the rationale, the heat, all that kind of fun stuff. But at the end of the day, we knew why they did it. We knew it was purely for profit reasons, for business reasons. There was no true valid reason for it, and but we get it. It was in America. It's the first time the World Cup had that kind of expansion in North America. We get that. I think that was one of the things I will say that was a little bit unusual. The other thing I will say was the long halftime show that was 30 minutes long. I mean, we're used to the Super Bowl. We're used to that guy here, us in America. I think it was different for the rest of the world. I don't think they're used to that. So, so I think that was it was a great show. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the show personally because we're used to it, but I think it was different. So I think those are the couple of things I will say stood out compared to past World Cups.
What do you think, Mark?
I couldn't agree with you more, brother. I mean, what a disgrace. I mean, FIFA totally disgraced the game with those water breaks, man. You got to be kidding me. I mean, these guys are top-notch professional athletes. There's this saying. I remember when I used to play college soccer. I had a T-shirt that says "Soccer players do it in 90 minutes." Take this however you will, but that's what we do. We play soccer for 90 minutes. There are no breaks. There's a halftime. Okay, the hydration breaks. That was a total disgrace. I mean, FIFA for years have been trying to find a way to incorporate commercials into a soccer game. Boy, did they find a way to do it, and I hope that stuff goes away because it just FIFA, you guys, they make enough money. I mean, they have to just sell 3 more commercials during the game. And the problem too with the hydration break is just like it puts a break in the game.
Yeah.
It changes the momentum of the game. And then you never know when it's.
It was okay, but watching it from home, I'm with you guys. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I
So
mean, and even if when you're at the game, peep, I mean, because you're not really sure how long it's gonna be. It
right,
could be 5, 6 minutes, and if you have an exodus, people going to the bathroom, going to the restroom, going to get another beer or whatever, and then you look at the stadium. There's a lot of people screaming and yelling at the action, and then it's kind of flat. For a
right.
couple, it takes the game a couple of minutes to get going again. So
Mhm.
I just I don't know. I didn't like it at all.
No, I'm with you. World Cup itself. What about teams? What are the teams that you felt like, oh man, I had high expectation on those teams, and they didn't perform the way you wanted? You want him to perform, or you were kind of disappointed with the performance, overall performance. So, Mark, I'm
Yeah.
gonna. So, what was that team for you that you thought that, man? I thought that team was gonna do better, and they didn't do well.
I mean, it's not that I expected them to do better. There are 2 teams that come to mind. The number one is Brazil. I mean, Brazil has not been relevant in the World Cup for a while now, and I mean the World Cup is Brazil. I mean they're the World Cup. So I was kind of when the bracket came out, I was like, oh man, Brazil Argentina in the semifinal, let's go. You know, how great would that have been? Brazil was a little disappointment for me. The other disappointment was the Netherlands. I mean, that game they played against Morocco was just an embarrassment. I mean, it was embarrassing. I mean, it's like, guys, the last World Cup you did so well. You almost beat Argentina, the World Cup winners in 2022, and the way they went out, they went out with a whimper. I mean, that was just that was those are the two teams I would say that I was very disappointed in.
Ale, I kind of saw your reaction when Mark kind of talked about Brazil, but before we went into the Brazil, I know the most controversial things in the World Cup was the VAR, the use of the VAR. Do you think that was a good that make that kind of turned the World Cup into something that we didn't want it to be because a lot of people didn't understand the use of the VAR or when they use it and how they use it. So what was your take on that?
Yeah, I think the VAR this time around was very controversial. I think there were a lot of calls. For some reason, the VAR technology was not used. Sometimes they're used, some other times they're not used. So I feel like there was a lot of confusion. We were not clear. I feel like in earlier tournaments, we had an idea when there was a need for the VAR to step in. And sometimes in this tournament, I have to be honest, I did not understand when the VAR was being used. And I'm gonna go back to the games, when Haiti was playing. I think
Yeah,
the first game against Scotland,
Scotland.
it's
Yeah.
like, what's going on here? There were clear calls where we were supposed to use the VAR, and it wasn't used. So right there, I started feeling a certain way. I felt, say, you know what? Here we go again. Here we go again. Why is this happening? And then you keep watching, those games happening, right? And you start seeing questionable calls. And I think that's where next time I think FIFA has to do a better job, teaching the public. And then what are the rules? When do we use the VAR? When we don't use the VAR, are we gonna use it? Are we gonna use it consistently? The
Yeah.
ref, who has the call? Who makes the call at the end of the day? I feel like they were all over the place. As a fan watching the game, I was
Yeah.
totally confused.
No, I
Yeah.
agree. I agree with you 100%. Al. I mean the VAR thing was a total disaster. I mean, you mentioned the Haiti game. There's a clear penalty that Haiti didn't get in that game. Um, Even when I think it was Haiti Brazil, the ball was clearly out. And then they got it in, they crossed it
Mo-
in, they scored.
That
yeah,
was
it was
Morocco.
Morocco,
That was
Was that
Morocco,
Morocco.
Morocco?
Morocco.
Morocco.
We
It was
were there.
Morocco.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
totally
yeah.
out, and then they scored a
Ball
goal.
was out.
Yeah,
Ball was
yeah.
out, and then VAR came out and it looked like it was kind of like it was very subjective, and then
Hmm.
you can't have that in soccer. I mean, if you're gonna go subjective, then get rid of VAR. I'll rather deal with the human error, the human element of it, because and the other thing too is like you see a beautiful goal, you don't celebrate yet. You have to wait. Was the guy
Yes.
offside? Was he not offside? Are they going to call the offsides? What are we doing? I mean, it was just crazy. So yeah, I mean, it's got to be faster. It's got to be on time, real time. If they don't continue to use that technology, I mean, they have the technology to do it. They should be able to do it. I mean, but the offsides drove me nuts. I mean, the ref will let the thing go for 20 minutes, and then he'll raise his flag and say, "Oh, there was an offside." It's like,
Yeah.
man, what are we doing? Just call the offside when it's offside. Don't wait for the confirmation from upstairs before you can make the call.
Yeah, I think you brought a good point, man. With the set with after a goal, we have to wait another three
You got to
minutes
wait.
to
Yeah.
know that whether or not it was a goal or not. And then you and then you be like, what is it? Is it a goal? Yeah, but you're right. And the VAR inconsistency did not just happen in the World Cup. I mean, it's also in the Champions League. It's also in a lot of games. It's there's a lot of inconsistency about the VAR, and unfortunately, it's not perfect because when you think about it, it depends if it gets used against your team. Just like we saw against Haiti in the first game, and also it can also be like, oh, there was a goal that was scored, and I'm glad the VAR was able to correct the goal because there was a foul before it. But yeah, I agree with you guys. The VAR created a lot of controversies in the World Cup, and so hopefully next year, I mean not next year, the next big tournament, it can be a little bit faster, and so we know exactly what's going to happen. So now let's talk about the ugly part of the World Cup. All right, so we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. So Ale, I know you were waiting on that. So what was the thing that was the ugly part for you for the World Cup in the World Cup?
Yeah, I think the major part for me for this World Cup was around crowd safety. I think in Mexico we had some a situation where after they won a game, we had the crowd rushed, and then there were four people who passed away. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
there was a death here, and I think that's unfortunate. Every time that you have a situation where people come to celebrate, they come to enjoy the game with their kids, with their spouses, with their family members, and then something happens
yeah,
and you end up having like brawls, you end up having like issues like this. I think that was quite unfortunate. And every time that we have like big brawls, like at the end of the day, also I have to call out the World Cup final brawl, the issue between Argentina and Spain at the end of the game. Um, you know, that kind of behavior shouldn't be displayed publicly. I will say we had that situation. I think that was ugly. I think some of the fan base we've seen the interactions from between fans and fans throwing bottles and calling out others. I think those are unfortunate. We've seen those situations before in Europe. We've seen them in other countries. I think every time you display those kinds of images, it's a bad thing for the sport. So I think that's the ugly part. I went with you guys to the World Cup call. We had a blast. I think when we went, everything went well. There were no issues, thank God. But can you
yeah,
imagine if we had any issues and then we had kids with us, young kids?
Yeah.
Then what do we do? We don't want to be in that situation. So I will always promote safety, unity, and then security, and make sure that people understand. At the end of the day, it's just a game, guys. It's
yeah.
just a game. We don't need violence. We need to celebrate love, unity, and peace. So that was my take on this.
Yep. I mean, Al,
Yeah.
I agree with you when you say it's just a game, but it's not just a game because it's more than that, especially when you have country involved, you have the passion and you got pastry, and we talk about it, as human beings, we are very complex, we are very complicated people. So that's where sometimes, yeah, I agree with you, it should be a game, and then sometimes the perspective of it is that it's just a game. So why everybody take it so serious? And even after the game against Morocco, I was my son was very upset because Haiti lost, and I had to remind him, hey, it's just a game, don't worry about it. It's just a game. It looks like we lost Mark. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, you're right. I think that there was some unfortunate events, and then also, we talk about the World Cup final, what happened after the game. Also, we saw uh, what happened also in the France Paraguay game. We had some issues as well too when there was like a mini brawl between the Frenchman and the Paraguayan after the game. So, but that's what you see is sometimes it's not acceptable. At the end of the day, you the professional. You should be able to keep yourself together even in the worst time. When you lose a game, you got to keep yourself together. But unfortunately, those were for me, the one thing I would say was very unfortunate, and this World Cup, it's all these conspiracy theories and all these bad things that was spewing, this misinformation in the World Cup. I mean, there were so many videos of AI, of people saying that they said one thing and did not say things. I mean, even Thierry Henry had to come out and say that no, I did not say that. had to pull out a video, say I did not say that. It was just like that part that I feel like was was very unfortunate, that. And I'm not saying that also because I'm not saying that because I'm an Argentina fan, but when you're looking at Argentina, Argentina was one of the most targeted country when it comes to bad press and misinformation. And then second place was Spain. So for me, it's just like all this bad information and misinformation that happened in the World Cup make it the ugly side. We saw the ugly side of the World Cup. So that's one thing I didn't like is like with social media and with the inclusion in AI and everything we do, there was a lot of misinformation. I mean, there were so many quote from people they did not really actually say those things. So it was just like every game, Zlatan got a quote on somebody, but they were not his quote. So those are the things that I felt like was kind of unfortunate, and people just ran with those misinformation and then started a bad campaign and start saying bad things about people and so on, about
Yep.
different countries and so on. So, Mark, what was your? We kind of lost you for a little bit, but what in your opinion, what was the ugly part of the World Cup?
To me, the ugly part of the World Cup started before the World Cup. That's why I didn't go to any games. I didn't take my son to any games. Um, it was just that environment, that ice environment that was surrounding, basically taking over the entire country prior to the World Cup. As a matter of fact, I mean, I think I've told you guys in some occasions that I don't know if this World Cup's going to happen because the way the environment was prior to the World Cup. So I kind of like I'm like what I want to go to. I wanted to go to that Haiti game you guys went to, but I
Yeah.
was like, man, is it worth it to take the chance? And I mean, if it was just me, that would be no problem. But to bring my son to that kind of environment, I was like, man, you know what? Let me just do the smart thing. We'll watch the game at home and then just call it a day. But that to me that was the number one thing. It was before the tournament even started. I was like, man, just the way things were. And yeah, and then I agree with you guys with some of the stuff you're echoing, but man, social media is here to stay. The deep fakes are here to stay. We just got to be smarter. We just got to be better as a whole, to make sure that we don't perpetuate those kind of stuff.
No, no, I agree with you. And also the prices. Man, the games were
Yeah,
expensive. The game was so expensive.
the most
And
expensive World Cup.
yeah, the most expensive World Cup, but they did not stop people from going. I mean,
Yeah.
the stadium were full, were like packed. I mean, Alain, when we went to that Haiti Morocco game, there was like 60,000 people. I mean, it was a packed house. But like I said, the World Cup is for the world, right? And not everybody in the world is rich, so and
Yeah.
you got countries like Haiti, you got countries like Capo Verde. They haven't been in the World Cup in a long time. So, and then for some people, you gotta make the game accessible for these people. For them to be able to go and watch the team play, even it's one game. You gotta make it accessible. It's not. It's for everybody. It's the whole world watching it. Everybody wants to be part of it. So you gotta make. So I felt like the prices for the games were outrageous, to the point ridiculous. So
Oh
those are
yeah.
the things that I would like to see that they address, for the next World Cup, because it can keep going like that. So
Yeah. Speaking of the prices, people. I mean, you look at the Argentina fans. I don't know how they do it. I mean, these people must have 10 mortgages on their homes. I mean,
yeah,
every single Argentina game was like sold out. I mean,
yeah,
it's unbelievable. And 65 to 70% of the fans were from Argentina. I don't know how they do it. Yeah, I
yeah.
mean FIFA. I mean FIFA doesn't care about the low fans. I mean they could care less. These guys they're just all about making money. If they put the prices out there, they know people are going to do whatever they can to attend the games. But yeah, they're pricing the regular fan out of the game. That's for sure.
when I was during the Haiti and Morocco game, I was sitting with Chris, my son, and next to me we had like two Moroccans. It was a father and a son, and we had the best time, man. We
That's
talked,
awesome.
and we that's what was so magical about it. So we celebrated obviously when Isidore scored. We went crazy, me and Chris. And then we had an honest conversation. We did tell him, hey, Hakim is the best player on the field, man. And he
Oh
was saying,
yeah.
you know what? He said, you know what, man? You know how much money those guys are making, and we're here paying all those tickets, all that money. Those guys are multi-millionaires, and look at us here. He was complaining about the prices, but he was there with his son. So
It's right. It's
to
right.
to echo what you just said, Mark, FIFA doesn't care, and coach, we made sacrifices to be there because we love the sport. And I
Yeah,
think more people could have come and enjoyed the game if the prices were more affordable. And I hope next time they just fix that problem because it's a great celebration when you can meet other people from different nations and you guys
yeah,
are all cheering together. I think that's the piece. If there's one thing that I would like to remember from this World Cup is just the all this melting pot of cultures, this blending of cultures, all of
yeah,
us singing together. And I think that was it. And
Oh
and
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Uh, Absolutely. I mean, it's almost like FIFA is trying to make every single game that they had as a Super Bowl.
a Super Bowl. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like let's make it into a corporate, event, and we're gonna have all these corporate people. I mean, it's like some of the prices for the final. I mean, you have to be kidding me. There are tickets going for over $1 million. What are we
yeah,
doing?
For what?
What are we doing?
Who-
Yeah, and people obviously people were paying it, and FIFA, and they don't care.
I
I
don't
mean,
care.
it's in New York. That's why they picked New York. Even though the stadium's in New Jersey, but they're thinking, hey, we're gonna have Wall Street bought all those
Yeah.
tickets. And us, the guys who actually love the game, we care about it. They don't give us a chance to. I mean, my dream would be to go to a World Cup final. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's not happening. You know.
yeah. And the sad thing about this, right? Because of the success of the World Cup, as far as from a commercial standpoint, uh, the fact that the stadium, they were packed every game. So why would they drop the prices? you
No,
know,
they're not gonna do it.
You're not gonna
Yeah,
They're
do
not
they're
gonna
it.
do
not
it.
gonna do it. They'll say, "Hey,
They're not
why
gonna
would
do it.
we drop the prices?" So, speaking of that, before we go to the next segment, so let's go just like rapid fire. So, Mark, what was your most what was the one thing that stuck with you in the World Cup? What
Oh,
was your favorite moment of the World Cup?
my favorite moment for sure was when Haiti scored the first goal. I mean, I was 2 years old when Haiti was in the World Cup, and to experience that with my son and have him completely. He bought into the whole Hades and the World Cup because I try to explain to him how hard that is, how hard it is for a country to make it to the
Yeah,
World Cup. And there's only 48 countries that were there, and Haiti was one of them. I mean, when you think about Haiti, the stuff that we've gone through, the last 20 to 30 years, how the country has been. I mean, Haiti didn't play one game at home, guys. I mean, think about this. Not one single qualifying game they got to play at home. Yet they were in the World Cup, scoring against Morocco. The way I was jumping up and down with my son, throwing him up in the air. I mean, it was. I will never, ever, ever forget that moment. That to me, that was just the best moment of the whole tournament.
good. What about you, Ale?
The best moment for me is same when it's Haiti scored, especially that second goal. I'm watching the game live. Christopher, my son, is next to me. First time ever, I'm going to World Cup game, and then he's with me. And we always talked about it. I say, son, I want to bring you to my to a game once. I would like for me, my dad, and you to go, the three of us. But my dad couldn't make it. Um, and then when he scored, but you saw Chris screaming like it was all of us scoring together.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then all the Moroccans were right next to us. They were clapping. It was like, oh my goodness. I will never forget that. And we led 2-1. for a brief
Yeah.
moment.
One moment.
Well,
Yeah.
well, we led.
We
We had
led.
hope. We led,
Two
and we
times,
had hope
two times, two times.
twice.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
is this
yeah.
happening? Is this gonna happen?
Yeah.
And that was it. Those that minute that we led, was worth it for me.
It was
It
worth it.
was worth it.
No, hey, I'm with you guys. It's funny that for so long, growing up in Haiti, we always rooting for the other guys, right? I know Mark kind of mentioned that Argentina, and then Alain, you're a Brazil fan. I'm a big Argentina fan. I mean, there's a lot of good moments that went. The pass from Messi. To Lautaro Martinez to score against England. But those are the things that we expected to see, and then we saw it. But the fact that for so many years we always have we root for either Brazil or Argentina, and then we could say that our own country was there. I mean the possession to go to the game in Atlanta, to see the la la going, and then I had to have Mateo be part of it, and then he was just like walking with it, like it was. I mean, for me, and then the fact that the World Cup has so much impact on him. He even told me that, hey, Dad, I like to take you to a World Cup one day. Not as me taking you there, but as a player, I like to take you and all your friends to the World Cup so you guys can cheer on me. I was like, man. So what I'm saying is, think about us as kid. We never had that moment. We never had that moment. And for me, kudos to the national team to make us dream, and that was for me the biggest thing is the fact that, I said, man, if we would have that opportunity, seen Haiti play in the World Cup when we were young, we probably would have taken soccer a little bit seriously, so we can play for the national team. But to be able to for the young generation, like Isaac, Mateo, and a younger generation, that are 10, 15 years old, now they can dream. They can be like, man, we can go and try to take Haiti back in 2030 and 2034. So for me, I'm with you guys. That was the best moment for me. And I remember having everybody at my house for the first game against Scotland. I mean, all the emotions we went to, where we
Yeah.
could get the calls, all the emotions. But yeah, for me, that was the best moment for me in the World Cup, is to be able to experience Haiti in a World Cup game, not just playing in a Gold Cup. Because I went to watch Haiti in a Gold Cup, but
Oh
in
yeah.
an actual World Cup
World Cup. Yeah.
game, listening to the national anthem, that was amazing.
Oh,
But
that was great. That was great.
uh, but anyway, let's go to the next segment. Obviously, we've been talking about FIFA a lot, and obviously, Infantino is not he's not a popular guy right now. So there were talks that Infantino wanted to sell some of the World Cup stake and to a private company so they can start running the World Cup. And obviously, that did not stay with the governing body, the UEFA, and everybody else threatened to boycott FIFA, said that they're gonna remove all the countries from FIFA, and then Infantino had to back out of it and say, nope, it's not gonna do that. So, Mark, from a business standpoint, do you think that Infantino was doing the right thing, just thinking about selling some of the work of stake to a private investor?
When as a FIFA president has done anything that's good for the game? I mean, come on, nah, man. I mean that's criminal what he tried to do, and I'm so happy that all those federations voiced their objection to that. That was a terrible idea. I mean, it's again, like I said, these guys they're thinking about making money. That's all
Yeah,
they're thinking about. It's not for the love of the game. I mean, as much as I love the World Cup, I don't want to see the World Cup every 2 years. I mean, no, it's every 4 years. That's what makes it special. It's
yeah,
not football. It's not baseball. We don't need a champion every single year or every 2 years. No, it's every 4 years. because that's what makes it so good when you're watching your team, your country trying to qualify, the qualifying process. You know, now he's thinking about having a 64 team tournament. I mean, it seems like everything this guy is doing, it's all about the money. They're I mean, it's like FIFA has more money than any other thing you can think of. I mean, they have the money. They don't need it. It's greed. It's corporate greed. It's just and then while trying to, it's not like they say, okay, we're gonna sell that stake in FIFA so the regular fan can afford a game. No, the tickets would be even more expensive than what they were in this past World Cup.
Yep.
So yeah, it didn't make sense at all. But it didn't surprise me. I mean, what would you expect from those guys? Come on.
Yeah, you're right. Alec?
No, I think my Mark is on point, man. I think it's exactly what he said. A lot of greed, and I'm gonna be pretty blunt. I feel like there's a sense of corruption. Like all of a sudden, it's like everybody's realizing, listen, this soccer thing here appears to be way more profitable than the NFL. Well, if you guys are not gonna make me an owner from the NFL, I'm just speaking openly. Let me go ahead and try to get part of this pie here because soccer actually translates into a lot of dollars. Oh, by the way, it's a global sport. I may not even need a team to establish my legacy. I'm just gonna leave it at this, and
Yep.
that's the problem.
And then Al, you get a fake you get a you get a fake trophy, right?
I mean,
Like a piece, you get a piece medal. But no, hey, you guys are right, man. And I think a lot of people what they saw with the World Cup is the is it's the that's a way for them to own the world. They be like, man, we didn't realize how popular this game was. You talk about one single game. It was not even the final round of 32. We had 2.7 billion viewership, between Argentina and Cape Verde. So they realized that, oh man, if we get a hold of this, our power is gonna be everywhere, right? So I'm glad. I'm with you, Mark. I'm glad that those guys say that no, you got to put a break on that. There's no way we're gonna let that happen, and I think it would destroy, especially when you're looking at games with so many talks about games rig. I mean, and as for me, I always think about you know sports. We gotta keep sports pure, right? We gotta make sure we gotta say that, okay, Alain, you beat me because you were better than me, and not because everything is rigged. And people need to understand that, hey, you're gonna lose games, and sometimes not the best team win all the time, and then times the best team won. So we gotta make sure that we keep the game pure. And once you start putting money and people gotta say, and then they want certain countries or certain team to win, now it takes away the fun of the game. And what's the point of just watching the game when you know the outcome already? So, and I think with what we have right now with all this betting going on and all this influence, people want to influence the game. They want to try to do things, and comes down to it, it's the money factor. Everybody wants to make money. So, yeah,
And I'm sure to put a little bow on this, it's like when you look at FIFA, right? FIFA is thinking, well, we're only relevant every 4 years. That's every 4 years that everybody thinks about FIFA,
yeah,
and they're like, man, you look at the Champions League, the money these guys are generating. All the European leagues and the contracts the players are getting, the clubs are making a lot of money, and FIFA is just trying to say, you know what, we need a little bit of that. So they started with this. To me, the Club World Cup, it's a total farce. No one cares. I don't want to see the Club World Cup. I mean, what is that, anyways? What are we doing? What are we doing? It's like FIFA is trying to find ways to dilute the product, and then they want to be involved in everything. It's like FIFA. Just with every 4 years, man, you get to be special every 4 years. That's good enough. I mean, I thought after we had the World Cup in Qatar, we were done with this corruption thing. I don't think so, guys.
the
no,
the
no.
cl- the Club World Cup, is it every 4 years or every 2 years, 3 years?
I
Uh,
don't know.
I don't know. So
I'm
the
sh-
way they always had it, but the Club World Cup they always had it, but it was the first time that they expanded it to more
yeah,
teams.
yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
so they used to have because Barcelona and those guys they played
yeah. But it used to be
they
like
have to,
2 or 3 games
yeah, two
tops,
or three games in
Yeah.
December. So they
but
always
not a
have
whole
it's like a
tournament.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, it was a yearly thing. But so the way they used to do it, they say, all right, they will put the whoever won the Champions League, whoever won the Copa Libertadores, the
uh-huh.
big tournament, and they put them together. So the winner of Europe, the winner of Asia, and then they all the winner in South America, and then it was like a four teams to 16 tournaments. But last year they turned it into a mini World Cup with
Yep.
a bunch of clubs. Yeah.
I
So
mean, again, I'm a huge Messi fan, right? I had no idea how Miami was involved in that Club World Cup, and then they were trying to force Ronaldo to be in that thing. Last year the Club World Cup, they were trying to find some kind of loophole so he could be part of it, and somehow it didn't work. I mean, it's manufactured. I don't like anything that's being manufactured, man. Sports is supposed to be pure. Let it
yeah,
happen. Let it
let it
happen.
happen. No, no, I agree with you. So yeah, so that's good, man. That's good that Infantino that won't have his say on that, but you never know because you remember a couple years ago they were wanted to have another Champions League. They call it
Mhm.
the I
The
forgot
Super League. The
the
Super League.
Super League. Yep, the
Yeah.
Super League.
Oh,
Yeah, they
yeah.
wanted to have a Super League,
By the
and
way, it's not dead yet.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah, Real Madrid wanted to be. I mean, they were one of the teams that really wanted that
yeah,
because they were like, hey, we're just gonna break up from everybody. We're gonna start a Super League. And,
yeah.
and the fans, I give the fans in England a lot of credit, man. They're the reasons why that thing has not happened.
Yep, you're right. You're right. The Super League, man. Yeah. But anyway, so next thing is obviously all of us grew up in watching Casio. Obviously being in Haiti, we watched Napoli and AC
Napoli,
Milan.
baby.
And one of the guys that was very, very, it was a legend was Franco Baresi. So Franco Baresi passed away the last couple of days. He was 66 years old. He was a legend. So I still remember Franco Baresi. Everybody used to have their shirt tucked in. Franco Baresi was the only player. He
Yeah.
didn't have his shirt tucked
Yeah.
in. And then his socks were all the way to his ankle. So it was a legend. Obviously, being a Napoli fan, there was a lot of battles with AC Milan, and
Yep.
Napoli, AC Milan, and Baresi was in the thick of it. I mean, so Franco Baresi was a legend in his own. So Mark, what was your best memory of Franco Baresi?
Hey, man, growing up in Haiti, Sundays, you go to church. You go to church around 8 o'clock mass. You 7. I mean, I would go to church at 8 or 9. You know, but of course, you go to Haiti. Church was at least 3 hours long because if the priest didn't give you a 2 hour sermon, he didn't think he thought you wasted your time coming to church. So you get home around 11:30. The food's getting ready, and the games would come on, bro. Like you had Napoli, AC Milan, Juventus, Inter Milan. I mean it's just that brings me back. Like you have your jury avec sauce pois Congo and sauce poule that's waiting for you, and then you're watching Italian soccer. I mean there was, and then after you watch the games, you know you go out and then you play with your buddies in the street, and then I mean that's like this guy, Baresi, Maradona, Wood Gullit, you know Marco Van Basten, all those guys, man. These guys brought joy to my childhood growing up.
Alain?
No, that's exactly what Mark said. I was a big Milan AC fan. Like Milan was my team. So I remember Baresi. I remember Rijkaard, Frank Rijkaard. You had Ben Basten, Rijkaard, and Ruud Gullit up front. You had that other defender, you know him pretty well. His
Ma-
father,
Mazzini?
Paolo Maldini.
Paolo
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 Maldini?
Maldini.
Maldini.
I remember Pepe Chumo used to say he's a multimillionaire, haven't touched $1 of his dad's money.
He's
Yep.
the millionaire remain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it clearly sounds better though.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, Franco Baresi was a amazing defender. I remember him during the 1990s World Cup. He was like there with Toto Schilacci. I remember him in the 1994 World Cup in the final against Brazil. That Brazil ended up winning when Baggio missed the penalty kick.
They're still looking
So
for that ball, by the way.
Baresi lost, missed his PK too. He was the first miss, and then he threw it, he kicked it in the stands too.
Yeah. But we're
yeah,
still looking for Roberto Baggio's ball, though, Pete. That was the worst one.
that was the worst one. So 20 year with AC Milan, he was the captain for 15 seasons. So again, a lot of history, a lot of respect for Franco Baresi. He used to, I remember him really calm, really mature. He always looked like the oldest player on the team for some reason. I,
Yeah,
I want to believe he was probably in his late 20s or early 30s, but he looked like pretty like matured for his age.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Calm. He talked to people. He calmed people down. Where you see like Gullit being excited sometime from time to time, right? Card, but this guy was very calm. Did his job. Yeah, a lot of respect for him, man. Great player.
Great player.
Yeah, we were very fortunate, especially I always think that we're the luckiest generation ever because we got to see Diego Platini. Then we went to Ronaldo, Rivaldo, Romario. Now we got to
Zidane.
see Zidane and
Yeah.
Del Piero. Now we got to see, and then we got to see Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, when you think about all those players we got to see in a
Yeah.
lifetime, I think that we one of the luckiest generation ever.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy,
Well,
and
I remember. You guys remember when the real Ronaldo? Yeah, I call him the real Ronaldo because it's the one from Brazil. When
yeah,
Yeah.
he came onto the scene, he was a teenager,
yeah. It was
Yes.
18.
Yes.
and that was the first true teenage star that we're like, oh my god, this guy's only 18, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is what he's doing, taking the
Yeah.
whole team by himself. I mean, that guy was unbelievable. Ronaldo to me, um, I don't think that's a player that gets celebrated enough because, especially for our generation, this guy he meant a lot because we're like, oh man, if he can do it, I can do it. You
Hmm.
know, I mean, it was he was great to watch. He was unbelievable.
oh, you're right. I mean, Ronaldo, yeah, he was. I mean, I think for us, we've never seen a number nine like that. I
Yeah,
mean, to be that strong, that fast, and that skillful. I mean, you think about it, most of the number nine, they just put the ball in the back of the net.
yeah.
But this guy was unreal. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I think, it's unfortunate that right now everybody wanna looking at Ronaldo. They be like, oh, look at how he look like right now.
Nah,
He looks like he's out of shape. But
they
this
don't
guy,
know soccer.
yeah, this guy. But those are the people that watch soccer every 4 years, man. I think
Yeah,
that's one thing we get with the World Cup, man. We get a lot of people. They watch soccer for every 4 years, and they didn't think they know everything about the game. You ask him, "Hey, who are you gonna be watching the Premier League?" No, they don't say anything. Then they come in the World Cup, and then they try to tell you everything about soccer, and they all they all expert when it comes to soccer.
oh
I
yeah.
think that's one thing that we noticed in this World Cup. There was a lot of expert, like the Stephen A of the world, man. I mean,
Yeah, don't.
everybody were like expert, man. They know what's wrong with soccer, and they know what exactly needs to happen with soccer, man. But yeah, but you guys are right. Baresi was a legend, and like I said, for me, I don't ever remember Baresi wearing shin guards, man. And I never,
I mean, he had to. He just didn't see it.
I mean, it
He
sucks.
had to wear some.
He had to. How
He
can he
had to.
survive? He played
I
for
don't.
years. Yeah.
These guys were criminals back then, people. I
Oh
mean,
my
these
god.
guys, these guys,
Yeah.
these
Yeah. They will
guys. I
break
mean,
your legs.
some of the stuff these guys used to do back then, man, in the '80s and '90s. I mean, you get put in jail now, man, if you do some of that stuff.
Yeah, man. I think Baresi was the one that make having your jersey untucked cool, man. because
Oh yeah.
everybody used to tuck their shirts in when they play. Baresi used to play with the shirts untucked, man.
Hey
And
man, I'm not gonna lie, man. I was a Napoli fan, but that AC Milan jersey, man, that red and black with the
That,
white
yeah.
shorts, that
oh,
thing was sharp, baby.
oh yeah,
It was
oh,
beautiful, man. I mean, I was a Napoli guy, but man, AC Milan, man, when AC Milan would play Napoli, man, Haiti would stop.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
that was the
it's
game.
nobody in the streets,
That was the game.
everybody's
Yeah.
inside watching the game. It
yep.
was unbelievable.
Yeah, that Sunday,
Sunday, bro.
Napoli. Yeah, Sunday Napoli against AC Milan, man. I mean, there's one guy, man. That dude was a big Diego fan, and he wanted to see Diego touch the ball. And then in that game, they crossed the ball to Diego. He put it down on his chest, and then he touched the ball. And the guy said, "Okay, I'm done watching the game." I thought Diego just did that. I'm done. I just say I don't want to see anything in the game. I'm done. Diego just put the ball down just in that fashion, man. I'm done watching the game, man.
That's why, man. Till this day, it's like Sunday afternoons. I always like, man. It takes me back, man. You want to watch that big game on a Sunday early afternoon. You want to watch that big soccer game. That was great. Those were the good old days, man.
Yeah, those are good old days. So, yeah, we're gonna remember Barry Z. It was good. It is a legend, and it's gonna continue to be a legend. And we good thing is we have YouTube, so people can type his name and see how he was playing back in the days. But he was a hell of a player. But
Hey,
anyway,
before you go, people, do you guys notice that when you go back and watch those old YouTube things, you're like, man, the picture was better when we used to watch it, right?
Yeah,
I
way
mean,
better. Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what
it
I'm
was
saying?
better.
Like when you look at the YouTubes now, you're like, man, I mean, when we were watching it, it wasn't that bad, was it?
It wasn't. It wasn't that bad.
you know what, man? I was watching the clip. You know, when Brazil played USA in 1994.
Oh yeah, that
When
was a 4th of July, by the way.
Yeah,
4th of July, I remember that.
When Romario made that run and passed the ball to Bebeto, and I'm watching it right now. I was like, man, those guys look so slow. It was
Yeah,
so
I know,
slow, man.
I
I
know.
was like, man, it took forever. It took forever for him to dribble, and then when he passed the ball to Bebeto, and the way Bebeto kicked the ball, that looks so slow, man. I don't know,
I
it's
know.
because right now those guys are fast like crazy, but
I think
go
it's the camera. I think it's the camera,
maybe
Pete.
it's
I think it's
the
the
camera
camera.
angle, man. I was like, man, it looks so. I mean, go on YouTube tonight and watch that clip, and you see how slow it was. You're right. Maybe it was the camera. Yeah, you're right. I remember everything was clear when we were watching it back in the days. But anyway, guys, that was a good show tonight. And Mark, thank you for coming on tonight. That was good. So Ale, take us home, man.
Yes, well, guys, thank you again for joining us. Happy that we were able to reconnect again, Coach Mark. Always welcome back to our show. We were excited about the World Cup. World Cup came. It was 39 days of glory. I think everybody who watched the World Cup enjoyed it. We had a lot of great things, a lot of things that we really want to see improve. There's a lot of constructive criticism that we will continue to share on this platform. So we invite everyone, if you couldn't join us today, go in, drop your comments, let us know what you're thinking. Any feedback for me or for Coach, let us know. At the end of the day, we want you guys to be actively involved and engaged with us in Football Unfiltered. So again, thanks again for having us. And then next weekend, Coach, hopefully we'll be there again to talk more about soccer.
Yeah, we'll be there next weekend. So, like I said, man, we had 30 plus days of soccer, man. We had to take a break, man, from soccer. So that's what we did in the last 2 weeks. So now we're back again. The big tournament. I mean, the big league's gonna start around the corner. So we're gonna have a lot to play. I mean, I can't wait to see Barcelona. I can't wait to see. Now Real Madrid got a new coach, and what's his name, man? Mourinho is now going to be leading Real Madrid. So it's going to be an exciting season. So we can wait to kind of break it down on a weekly basis. And with you guys, the fans, like Alan said, keep dropping us some comments. so and then so you can participate with us and let us know what kind of topic we can discuss next time. And Mark, thank you. It's been a while. I wanted to have you in the show for a long time. Now that you're back, hopefully you become a regular.
I'll
So
see. I'll see you guys soon for sure. I'll see you guys soon
yeah,
for sure.
so that's great, man. All right, thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.
See ya.
Yep.